Hello, Saints. I'm looking in Psalms today, Psalms 13, first two verses. We read, "How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I bear pain in my soul and have sorrow in my heart all day long? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me?" That's the question we've been asking since the fall of man. And that how long question is very important when we study the end times. It's not just a question asked across the ages, but it's an eschatological question, a question asked at the end. You see, in Revelation chapter 6, the four horses that go out to preach the gospel to the world. This is the church age from the time of the ascension until the coming of Christ. And we're commissioned to give the gospel to the world. And as this gospel goes out in the white horse, it's going out pure and simple and glorious. We're conquering to conquer. We're slaying people for Jesus. And then the red horse, the horse of persecution. And then later followed by the black horse. As the black horse is the horse of compromise. Is when the church is united with the state. And the gospel message is being corrupted. Until finally we get to the fourth horse, which is the horse of death, in which there is no gospel going forth. And then in the fifth seal we have the saints under the altar. This is the altar of sacrifice, which represents the earth. The cross of Christ, plunged in the earth, is the location of his sacrifice for his people. And here in the earth, in the soil of the earth, the souls of the saints cry out, who have given their lives as martyrs for the cause. And they ask God, "How long, O Lord, until you judge?" Because they're looking back across at the four horses, and they don't see it happening. They don't see God's gospel getting the work done. Now in Paul, in Romans there, chapter 1, Paul calls the gospel the power of God. The power of God unto salvation to those who believe, to the Jew first and to the Gentile. But it doesn't seem to be that the gospel is all that powerful, because it's falling short. And those who have given their life for the cause are asking God, "How long, O Lord, before you judge?" Judgment is not in itself a bad thing, but what this judgment is the restoration of justice in an unjust world. And since the fall, God had been working this way, towards this point, for a long time. And here we are in the book of Revelation, coming to the end, when God's justice will be restored, and his kingdom will eclipse the kingdom of darkness. We see this in the first angel's message, where we read, "I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to give to those who dwell on the earth, to every nation, kindred, tongue, and people, crying with a loud voice, 'Fear God and give him glory, for the hour of his judgment has come.'" God's judgment has come, and it's not. Don't think of it in terms of his judgment, doom and gloom, but God's justice has arrived. He is restoring justice in an unjust world. And this is about time, as the whole Bible all along have cried out to God, "How long, O Lord?" And so now, here, in the end, God is stepping on the stage of action to restore justice in an unjust world. In the three angels' messages, we get to proclaim this to the world, that God is stepping on the stage of action, that the kingdom of God will eclipse the kingdom of Satan, and that he will take over. And it all ends in the new earth, in the new city. How long, O Lord, will you judge? He's judging now, as he restores justice and puts all things back the way they were. Blessings.